Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the best scenes in movies that have no dialogue in them. To be clear, we won't be including montages because that's way too easy. There will also be a few spoilers. Number 10, Binary Sunset, Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope. The Star Wars franchise has plenty of iconic scenes, and one of its most famous lacks any dialogue at all. Luke Skywalker is dispirited after being told that he can't leave the farm by his Uncle Owen.
There's only one more season.
Yeah, that's what she said when Biggs and Tank left.
Where are you going?
Looks like I'm going nowhere.
Outside of his Tatooine home, Luke gazes off into the dual sunset of two suns. It's a short, simple scene, yet the beautiful setting and the swell of John Williams' famous score lets you experience everything that Luke feels. A longing for something more. It's these kinds of primal, archetypal scenes that lend Star Wars its mythic quality. Number 9, Andrew Solo, Whiplash. The finale of this drama sees the conflict between student Andrew Naiman and his overbearing teacher Terrence Fletcher play out on stage.
Andrew, what are you doing, man? I'll cue you.
After Fletcher humiliates him, Andrew leaves the stage. However, he returns and interrupts the band's planned performance with an impromptu solo. Although a few words are admittedly exchanged briefly between the two, most of the communication in the scene is nonverbal. The subtle facial cues are wonderfully conveyed through the scene. Andrew's powerful and determined performance wins Fletcher's grudging respect, and the movie goes out on one incredible high note. Number 8, Bus Ride, The Graduate. The famous ending of The Graduate sees Benjamin Braddock interrupt the wedding of Elaine Robinson, and the two of them running away together. The duo is all smiles when they board a nearby bus, joining some surprise passengers. However, as Simon and Garfunkel's The Sound of Silence plays and the two settle in, their smiles fade.
Hello, darkness, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again.
They may not say it aloud, but the question, now what, looms large over the scene. Both of their plans for the future have been changed forever, and the rest of their lives are now a blank slate, which, while liberating, can also be terrifying.
In restless dreams I walk alone. Streets of cobblestone.
Number 7, Night Vision, The Silence of the Lambs. Trainee FBI agent Clarice Starling finds herself in the home of Buffalo Bill, the serial killer that she has been chasing the whole film.
Well, maybe he could help you. I got his card in here someplace. Do you want to come in while I look for it?
May I?
Yes.
While she's exploring his basement lair, the lights go out. The camera switches to a POV shot with a green filter as Bill wears night vision goggles. We see him stalk Clarice as she fumbles around in the dark, his hands reaching out and almost touching her several times. Ultimately, Bill, clocking his own gun, lets Clarice know where he is, allowing her to gun down the killer. The utter terror and tension throughout, as well as its inventive presentation, make it an unforgettably thrilling scene. Number 6, Hotel Confrontation, No Country for Old Men. After Llewellyn Moss finds drug money, he's pursued by the terrifying and relentless hitman, Anton Chigurh.
Then it's either heads or tails. And you have to say, call it.
Moss discovers the tracker and the money while at a hotel, but by then it's too late. Moss silently puts everything together, prepares for Chigurh's arrival, and handles himself pretty well in escaping the hitman. Their shootout spills onto the mostly silent streets. Despite Moss taking a bullet and getting into a car wreck, he still manages to wound Chigurh and drive him away. It's a masterfully tense and exciting game of cat and mouse, with so much conveyed through Josh Brolin's performance and the cinematography. Number 5, The Tribute, Schindler's List. This heart-rending film set during the Holocaust follows the titular Oskar Schindler's efforts to save the lives of over 1,000 Jews by employing them in his factories.
I could have become one more person, and I didn't.
The film's final scene shows the surviving people saved by Schindler visiting his grave, place stones in remembrance. Captions display the names of the survivors, how many there are, as well as how many of their descendants were born because of Schindler's actions. It's a moving tribute to not just Schindler and the survivors, but also the millions who died in the Holocaust. Number 4. Dawn of Man, 2001: A Space Odyssey. A landmark in the sci-fi genre, 2001 uses music and mood more than dialogue to drive its plot. Although the finale with the Star Child was a tempting alternative, the opening sequence is our pick. In prehistoric Africa, a group of proto-human apes are driven away from their watering hole by rivals. One morning, they awaken to find a mysterious monolith which they touch. After doing so, one of them discerns how to use bones as primitive weapons. With their newfound knowledge, they drive away their stronger rivals. This 10-minute sequence is told entirely through body language, ape yelling, and some of the most epic music ever put on film. Number 3. Daniel Plainview digs for silver. There will be blood. What a way to start a movie. We meet the movie's protagonist Daniel Plainview as he prospects for silver in a pit by himself. After inserting dynamite into the wall and ascending to the top, Daniel tries to bring his tools up but is unable to before it blows. While descending the ladder, one of the steps breaks in his hands, and he falls, breaking his leg. Despite the pain, Daniel's elated when he finds silver after all. He then proceeds to drag himself out of the pit into the assayer's office to get paid. Not only is it a gripping scene with an unnerving soundtrack, but it also illustrates just how far Daniel will go to get what he wants, foreshadowing future events. Number 2. Crop Duster Attack, North by Northwest. Alfred Hitchcock's seminal thriller follows Roger Thornhill, a man mistaken for a spy, George Kaplan. Dropped off at a bus stop in the middle of nowhere for Kaplan's meeting, Thornhill is soon buzzed by a nearby crop duster plane. The plane does so repeatedly, with its pilot even shooting at Thornhill. He tries flagging down a car to no avail, and even hiding in a cornfield is no use when the crop duster dusts the crop. Eventually, Thornhill steps in front of a tanker, nearly getting run over, and the plane crashes into it. The whole scene is among the most iconic in cinema, with several shots having been referenced and imitated countless times. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Elevator, Drive, A Kiss Goodbye, and A Return to Violence. Ripley's Last Stand, Alien. In space, no one can hear aliens scream. Beau's Death, A Quiet Place. The whole movie's quiet, but this opening scene is especially impactful. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Showdown, The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. This epic Western film is loaded with memorable moments, but its finale does so much without the characters uttering a word. The three rogues, Blondie, Angel Eyes, and Tuco, have all gathered at a cemetery where gold is buried. Blondie writes the name of the grave on a rock and places it in the middle of the square. One of cinema's greatest standoffs ensues, with each of the trio eyeing the others looking for an opening. Sure, on the surface it's just three guys staring at each other for 5 minutes, but the tight close-ups on their hands and faces, combined with the mounting tension and Ennio Morricone's incredible score, helps make this scene positively legendary. Is there a movie scene short on talking and high on greatness that we forgot? Don't stay silent yourselves. Tell us in the comments.
Within the sound of silence.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.